probably about 1,000 miles on my, well actually let me double check, I'll tell you. 974 miles have been put on the clutch, and then probably about 700 have been put onto the actual shocks and struts. As far as the ride quality goes from the shocks and struts, it's way better. You still do feel some of the bumps here and there, but other than the usual bumps that really hurt, it's softened up the feeling, or the overall, like the impact. Because before, you hit a bump and you're gonna feel it for a day or two. That's how rough it was. So now I'm on Koni orange shocks and struts with the Mach camber bolts and Mach Sportline lowering springs. I'm also on the 20-inch wheel, so keep that in mind. They handle pretty good. It actually keeps you pretty flat in the corners, which is nice. It feels good. Like, I really enjoy them. Then again, I don't go crazy with the car. I don't track the car. I don't drag race the car. I just play around here and there, have some fun, that kind of thing. I'm not easy on the car by any means. Like, I'm using it for what it's meant to be, and that's a grand touring car that can go fast, have fun, and yeah. The shocks and struts, they've been holding up pretty good for the 700 miles. It doesn't squat as crazy as it used to either, which I'm kind of happy about, because that made it a little more sketchy, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Clutch feels good at 980 miles now. The clutch is really, really good. It feels a lot like stock, but it bites a lot harder than stock. So far, the clutch hasn't stuck to the floor, and it's done. I've beat on it enough in the time that I've had the clutch that I'm pretty sure that was the problem the whole time, was just the stock clutch. But I also have a stainless steel clutch line and a Str.t clutch spring in order to help with that, along with a Barton 2-post shifter bracket to help with the high RPM lockout. Now, I haven't taken it up past like probably 6,500 RPM, so I am waiting. I do need new brakes. I definitely need new brakes. But overall, it feels a lot smoother and more well put together. With the shocks and struts, the only problem I've had so far is the alignment is, like, it's not way off, but it's off by, and also my steering wheel's not straight. Never go to tire discounters for an alignment, because, oh my god, this is a pet peeve of mine. Deep breath. The camber bolts, I don't know if they just didn't mess with them at all or what, but they didn't really do much with my alignment. So I'm going to do caster camber plates, and I'm going to do a panhard bar in the near future. The panhard bar I'm just doing because my my axle is a little off center, just by a tiny amount. It's nothing bad or nothing that can't be fixed. I think that the steering feels a little weird with the alignment the way it is. It's not as direct as it was. It feels very light and strange. It's kind of floaty, but it's not the shocks and struts or the springs or the tires. All that's good. I just think the alignment has some room to be worked with. I think the caster camber plates would be a great improvement for that. So anyways, the clutch, which I'll play around with the clutch a little bit so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Other than that, though, I'm happy with what I got right now. Just needs a tune and possibly E85, because all I have to do for that is just injectors and a flex fuel tune from Lund. It's a little tricky taking off in this, and sometimes rev matching gets you, because I'm used, like, my mentality for the past year has been with the stock clutch, but starting to get the hang of it. I haven't really like roasted it so much. You kind of have to have a ricer foot to get a feel for it, I feel like. But I look like that douchebag driving around in a Mustang right now, just because I'm still getting used to this thing. I did stall it within like the first 30 miles though, just because it bites at the bottom now. But it's the same weight as the factory clutch. Missed all the pops and crackles. I've been driving the crap out of it here lately. I just did another oil change on it. This is like my 4th one now, 5th one, I don't remember. I've actually done quite a bit to this car, and I didn't really notice it. I didn't feel like I did too much to this car in a year, but I really have done quite a bit, which I'll make an actual update video on this to explain like my ownership experience in the past year and all of the interesting stuff and parts that I've bought for it. Now with the clutch, I have noticed a little bit more like gear noise and like noise from the transmission. Also, it does tend to be hard to get into gear from time to time. So like at a stop, this is one of the reasons why I did the clutch, was to see if this fixes it, but I think it's just a shifter. It would be difficult to go from like neutral to first or any other gear. Even reverse would be difficult sometimes, so you'd have to like rev it some, or you would have to put it into third and then first and then go, and it worked. It does grind from time to time when it's cold. I think it's the fluid and the shifter that are the problem with that though. I'll give you guys a little pull here in a second so you guys can hear it and see what I'm talking about. But yeah, it feels pretty good. I'm very, very, very happy with it. I forgot what that was like. Let's do that again. It was fun. Go pump gas because I just destroyed all of my gas mileage that I originally had. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the videos on the clutch, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video on the lowering, or on the shocks and struts. I'll keep you guys updated on how they hold up, because I'm planning on keeping this as an NA build for a little while, and then I'll probably end up going with a McLeod RST once I decide to go force induction. But until then, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video.